So I keep all my notes on a smartphone. And it goes back, but dating back to 2018. So I'm just usually this is what I do on my own. I go over my notes and I look back and I compare, each event, and I learn that they repeat themselves. And this is how I document how people behave and the way they communicate with me. So when people in real life and also on the internet confront me, right, to make me sound that I don't know how to communicate or there's something wrong with my behavior, I look back at my notes and I see that the way they behave is exactly how someone else behaved towards me. So it's like it's as if I'm keeping my sanity checked because of the way people treat me. Because the way they talk is, tells me enough about their sanity. But anyway, I tried doing a recording yesterday and my Chromebook just froze. So I try again. But I know it seems like this is the only best, this is the best method for me to do any live recording. And I haven't done this since what, 2020, 21. I go over my notes. Oh, this was what, January. Now I'm looking back at my notes, and I have like several notes that I wanted to talk about. I did a live stream maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, and I had talked about my cousin's behavior. My cousin Junie, she's in her early 70s, and she said to me on April 5th, 2022, right, that I'm 29 years old and I need my own place, right? She's mocking me because I had mentioned on the live stream that regardless of what age the person is, that everybody needs a roof over their head. And the reason why my cousin Junie spoke to me in that fashion was because I had mentioned to her about February 5th, 2022, which is a Saturday, where when my sister opened the apartment, when my sister opened the door to our apartment, the first words that came out of Judy's mouth was that I should have been on disability long time ago, right? Oh, let's focus on Nadine. I should have been on disability long time ago. So I'm like, what? And then on April 5th, 2022, that was a Tuesday, Junie said to me, not disability, SSI. And I had several comments back in 2019 and 20 from, my subscribers saying that if I was on SSI, I would be living in poverty for the rest of my life because I have not been able to successfully get a job. No matter how many jobs I apply for or jobs that I volunteer at, no, not a single person shows any interest in hiring me. So I've been applying for a job since the June 16, June 15 of 2012, and I have not been successful at all. Showed my face, spoke to several people, applied online, nothing works. So I had mentioned not only last stream, but a few streams ago, I had talked about Nadine, how the dates in the future corresponds with Nadine. Like for example, Nadine started the first time Nadine saw me and my mom and sister. I mean, especially my sister for the first time. She saw my sister for the first time, but she saw me before, but I was 5 years old, and she saw my mom. That was back in the late 90s. And my mom, my sister, and I reunited. I mean, my mom and I reunited with Nadine back in fall 2016. But my mom said, I don't know Nadine. And Nadine never left her never left Antigua before to go. Like, wait, she never heard of Nadine leaving Antigua. She's, Nadine lived in Antigua for her whole entire life, right? Nadine is Nadine, right? This is my mom's father's side of the family, which is our cousin. She falls in in the family tree from my mom's father's side, which is Junie is part of the family tree from my mom's father's side. Joan and they're both senior citizens except for Nadine. They fall in the same family tree, but anyway, they all correspond with one another. So I find it quite awkward how Nadine, you know, appeared out of nowhere. So yesterday I had created a video, and it seemed that my Chromebook doesn't want to save that information, or maybe, or possibly that I have too much data from my college on my computer. I need to delete it. But yeah, I had talked about how Nadine just appeared out of nowhere, and this was August of 2016. My mom had mentioned to me that she was walking down the streets. She was walking down the street, and she looked at someone, and they looked like Nadine. I saw a person who looks exactly like Nadine, and she was going inside the building. My mom wasn't really descriptive when it comes to telling me what building or where. Maybe it's a store, maybe it's a gift stop, a gift shop. So my mom, you know, told me that it couldn't be Nadine. She doubted that it's Nadine because Nadine never left Antigua before. So why would she come? Why would Nadine come to an expensive place called United States, where people can't afford their rent, where people can't afford food, they live paycheck to paycheck. There's a whole bunch of homeless, families living in motels and hotels in Kissimmee, Florida, right? During that time, and still currently, they're still living in hotels and motels at this current time, right? It's April 28, 2024. They still live in hotels and motels. And my mom passed away on, my mom, as I put on my video, she passed away on January 29, 2022, which is at 8:45 p.m. But anyway, my mom, during the time when we was living in Kissimmee, Florida, at the Palm Hotel, she said there's no way that's Nadine. And then the program, the multi-agent quantum AI computers, or you could say it's integrated. It's not just a multi-agent quantum AI computers; it's also a computational intelligence system, with the help of the managers of the management program, right? To put my cousin Nadine in Kissimmee, Florida, where she lives in St. John. She lives in John Young Parkway. I mean, John Young Parkway, according to my mom. Make sure that Nadine shops at the Kissimmee, Florida Walmart during that time, so she could run into my mom. They both run into one another, and they exchanged numbers, and decided that Nadine decided that she could decided to come visit us at the Palm Hotel. And during the first time that Nadine visited us, my mom was telling me and my sister to keep make sure that the place is neat. My mom told me to put away my electronics. My mom told my sister to pull away anything personal and stuff. Keep it, keep it away from Nadine. Make sure that Nadine doesn't see anything. She wants the place to look nice and tidy. Yep, that's what my mom said to us. And I remember Nadine. She that was October 1st of 2000 and October 1st 2017 16 or November. No, it was the first of one of those months, November 1st or October 1st of 2016. And yeah, Nadine was very friendly. I don't see nothing wrong with her during fall 2016 until the second time, which is a Tuesday. My mom told me that someone's coming here. So I said, "Who's coming here?" And all of a sudden, she puts her index fingers in her ears and she starts rambling nonstop without talking. When she speaks, it's continuous. What I mean by continuous, rambles on nonstop, not even giving herself a break. while putting her index fingers in her ears. As she puts her index fingers in her ears, she's personally attacking me. By means insulting me. She's telling me that I'm autistic. She's saying that I'm retarded. She's saying my father must have put liquor in my I must have drank liquor because of my father. Something's wrong with my brain. I'm a big grown man. Something's wrong. As I got close to understanding that program fears the worst of the worst when it comes to me and my mind, the way my mind thinks as a human being, right? It knows that I have an understanding about Nadine. It knows that I have skills. I have social skills because I'm good at analyzing how people behave and the way people think. Understanding how Nadine played a part in influencing the rest of the family. The program, the multi let's just say multi-agent quantum AI computers, or you could call it the management program, but it's more accurate to call it the management program because it's integrated. The multi-agent quantum AI computers, the computational intelligence system, and also the managers. That's what makes the management program. And the management program feels that Nadine is the best person to influence the rest of the family. Hey, let's use Nadine. You know, she may be a good pawn. She's a pawn, a good pawn to actually derail Andrew and ruin his reputation. She's the same pawn as Stephanie from August 27th of 2011. Stephanie and Nadine fall in my mom's father's side of the family. They're you know, the same family tree. Stephanie, at the time of August 27, 2011, she was 47 years old, and she accused me of punching her 10 or 11-year-old son in the face, and also she also told the cops, the NYPD officers, that I have a knife. They swatted my aunt's house for me, and I wasn't feeling good. I don't have I have heart problems, and I have social anxiety, and I'm being mistreated by my own family. According to my mom, my mom said that that Stephanie never wanted us there in the first place. But yeah, Nadine falls in the same family tree as Stephanie. Now, Nadine, right? As soon as my mom went outside and she comes back with my sister, my mom, tells me that Nadine is not going to come inside the motel room. She's going to be outside. Giving her food, giving her the food, giving her some water, drinks, any liquid, and also solid food, any food for us to eat, because my mom contacted Nadine saying we don't have no food. But my mom decided to let Nadine inside our motel room unexpectedly. So I had created a video back in February 2017, around February 22nd or 21st of 2017, saying that Nadine, and that's what I remember, Nadine unexpectedly came inside our motel room. Because the first time my mom said to me and my sister to make sure that the place is nice and organized because we have guests coming in, and to put away our electronics. But my mom seemed to not behave the way she had first behaved before. Her behavior completely changed. It's as if she was a whole completely different being at that time. As if someone wants Nadine to see me on a couch in front of my computer. That this is what I do all day, and to support this behavior that they have about me, right? Being on the computer, playing around the computer supports October 2nd. It supports what I did back in Tampa, Florida, but this was from a different family, right? I had this was my mom's side of the family, my mom's mother's side of the family. I mean, where my aunt, which is my mother's sister, Denise, said that I want to go to Burger King and play around with the computer. instead of saying that I'm going on Burger King to apply for jobs on Indeed.com so I can get myself a job, so I can move away from them because they're they have their behavior is atrocious. They don't know how to behave towards me. They don't respect me. I remember during Thanksgiving, I went to my other aunt's apartment. Beside no my so the apartment that I was currently living in was my cousin's apartment with my mom and my sister, and also my aunt Denise, which is my mom's sister, and also AJ, my cousin, and also I was this was Shanika's apartment. But my other aunt, she have her own apartment. She lives on the opposite side of the apartment. And I remember during Thanksgiving, my my family, they were picking on me wearing my hat, but they didn't do that with my older cousin. He's at least a year or two older than me. His name is Kanami, and they never told him to take off his hat. They never told him to serve his own food. My mom served me food. The family's telling my mom, why you treating him like a baby? He's a big grown man. It's a treatment. And that's how I started learning. I learned based off of my experiences. So if people say, "Oh, you go online and Google stuff, and you must have deduced this from the internet," I've deduced this information from my experiences. This is how I'm being treated. If I never been exposed to these type of behaviors, I would not be talking about this treatment. And someone would say, "Oh, you frame everything as AI. Look how these people look how my own family are behaving towards me. The way they behave is robotic. How the fuck were it doesn't make any sense that my cousin who gets in trouble with the law, he smokes Kush, which is marijuana. He possesses illegal weapons on the streets, and they would give him more. They respect my cousin than me. And I'm a person who doesn't smoke. I don't drink. I don't hang out with anyone. I do the right. I apply for jobs just like everybody else in society, and they don't respect me. They tell me that I'm being treated like a baby. But my aunt, which is his mother Denise, and my other aunt Diane, which is also my cousin's aunt, they serve him food. They never once, you know, said to him, "Hey, hey, serve your own self. Go get your own food." And it's Thanksgiving. I'm in their house, and they're not making me feel welcome. They make me feel as if I'm not, they make me feel like I'm a criminal, like I shouldn't be there. Why are you even here for, you know? And they're the one who cooked the food. Yet they don't want to serve. They don't want me to. They don't want to serve me the food. They rather see me go in their pot and serve my own food. It's a treatment. But anyway, the purpose of me talking about my mom's family, my mom's mother's side of the family back in fall 2014, right? Is that the argument here is that they're saying that I just want to play around with my computer. And my family's friend, her name is Christine. They're telling my mom, or texting my mom to saying to ditch me, ditch Andrew, and because they say that I'm playing around with my computer. So the purpose of Nadine being there on February 21st, 2017 is to expose me, to make it look like I just don't want to do anything with my life. I just want to sit down on a computer and play around and not get anywhere. She was confronting me. Your mom is suffering, and and your mind, something's wrong with you. You're being brainwashed. So I'm brainwashed because I'm talking about the way I'm brainwashed because I'm talking about the jobs. So you're trying to tell me that I should not be talking about the Hispanic people that is populated in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm not supposed to be talking about the Hispanic people and the fact that not only Hispanic people that is populated in these businesses, the fact that the hotel owners and the motel owners are profiting off of homeless people, because the people that's coming from different states and also different countries, they're afraid to actually vacation in these hotels and motels in Kissimmee, Florida. based on the reviews. When you look at the reviews, all the reviews are negative. They're not positive. There's people who are scared for their life to actually spend time with their family in these motels and hotels, knowing that is infested with bed bugs. There's a lot of homeless people and living in these hotels and motels. They talk about people getting shot up, stabbed up to death. Well, what kind of this is bad business. This is not really good business, and owners knows that. They know that it's bad business. That they're not making any. The only business that they can actually make is through homeless people. They profit off of homeless people. There's a huge homeless population in Kissimmee, Florida, in the tourist area, and I even had I remember the first time me and my mom back in this was in 2012, September 7th or 8th of 2012. My mom and my sister and I, we was trying to stay at Home Sweet Home. And the taxi driver, which we know the taxi driver, he's Sam's brother. He's telling us to not don't go to West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway. There's a lot of shady people. He kept saying it to us, repeatedly saying it over and over. He kept saying it to us over and over. Don't come here. Don't live here. There's a lot of shady people. Because that means he had a bad experience with the people from West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway. He's saying to that he only associate himself with people from East Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway, not West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway. Said there's a lot of shady people. They're very crooked. It's dangerous. Stay away. Beware. Wow. And as we settled in the West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway, he started noticing the changes. But yeah, I was trying to give Nadine context about this that day, February 21st of 2017, because I'm the one who's living in Kissimmee, Florida, West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway. She doesn't live in West Earl of Bronson Memorial Highway, Kissimmee, Florida. She lives in John Young Parkway. There's a difference. So when I told her about the Hispanic people, she said, forget about the Hispanic people. How can I forget about the Hispanic people when they work at these businesses? They work at Publix, they work at Walmart, they work at Target, they work at the Chase Bank. I remember the reason why I went to Chase Bank, because I was trying to open up a bank account because I was making money on the internet. But yeah, people sabotaged my my self-employment job. I was almost about to make at least $1,500 per week. They sabotage it so I can because it was less competition. If they took my websites down, it would be less competitive. Yeah, less competitive. And they see me making a whole bunch of money on the internet. It's a mentality. They know how much my website is worth, and they know how much traffic I get because they can Google it. They took that down, and that's one of the reasons why I opened up a bank account. But anyway, the person who opened up my bank account, she's Hispanic. The Walmart greeter is Hispanic. The Walmart customer service, the employees who work at the customer service, Hispanic. Electronic section, Hispanic. And also, as a cashier, they are Hispanic. All the cashiers are Hispanic. Manager is just white. The manager is white. And according to my mom, the people who work at the Walmart, they all know one another and they live with one another. They also pay separate rent. It's a treatment. And I've been applying to that same Walmart for how many years? Almost 4 years. Not a single job. And also Target. And Walmart and Target and Publix, those are the most stable jobs in that area. And also Home Depot. Those are strong business. Besides the rest of the like fast food restaurants, they cut people's days, they cut people's hours. So I was giving Nadine context about it. Instead, She misused what I had said. It's as if someone wants her to misinterpret what I said so it can be used against me in the future, right? Like I don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to communicate with people. I don't know how to socialize with people. It's as if someone wants to keep me in the same, is using people's mind and their behavior to keep me hostage in the same situation, regardless of what I do, right? No matter how many jobs I apply for, a job, or how many job training programs I go to, college, it's to keep me hostage. No matter if I get 4.0 GPA or if I get A plus, whatever, nothing works. It keeps me hostage. Let's keep this guy hostage in the same situation. And you know what about 2017? The 2017 version of me was, more how I was more demanding back in 2017 when it comes to talking to people. I'm ready to spit back answers. So my subscribers, recognize how I think and how I talk to people. And there was one subscriber who mentioned, "Oh, you see the way you talk online to people. You need to do that in real life to your family." You know, well, I did back in 2017 to Nadine, and she cut me from speaking. I wouldn't even say dismissed. I made her look silly because she couldn't give me a response back. She couldn't give me a response. And what I mean by response, gave her context about the location. But anyway, you see here the date Tuesday. Well, Nadine corresponds with the future. When my mom's cousins from my mom's father's side of the family arrived to my mom's apartment, that was a February 1st, 2022. That's a Tuesday. If you look at the calendar, that's a Tuesday. And they came back and they came on a Saturday. That was February 5th. But then again, every time they visit me, it's always a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, April 5th, 2020, April 5th, 2022. That's a Tuesday. Why is it? Oh, it's always a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Why is it? Why is it only that day? Why is it that day? That specific day is when they come to visit me, or have anything to. It's like someone puts them there at that time, and it's always done unexpectedly. April 5th, 2022. My mom's cousins and my mom's sister, and also my other cousins, they came unexpectedly, and that's what the program does. The program makes sure that they surprise me. Now let's talk about January 2000 and January 2022. So simulate. So as you can see here, this is January 2022. Tuesday. My mom called me on a Tuesday of January 4th, 2022. Everything is on a Tuesday. You see how it follows, but anyway, my mom had mentioned about me not having any proper, I need to have phone. I don't have any proper phone. As you can see here, the cursor. I don't know what's wrong with your phone. Why you keep getting this phone? But the program learned from the past. So that's what it's capable of doing. So back in August of 2013, my mom left the Claremont Hotel to go outside to get some food outside at go to the food pantry at a church. And I remember my mom didn't come back for a long time. I'm like, what the heck happened to my mom? I was asking my sister, she was little, yeah, what happened to her mom? So my my sister was like, saying something's wrong. And I was like saying something's not right. And then I remember hearing a knock on the door. And it wasn't our mom. It was the social worker and a sheriff. And it's really sad to know, that there's human beings that I live on planet Earth, and there's supposed to be 7 billion. There's supposed to be 8 billion or 7 billion people on the planet, and you don't get any help whatsoever. This is what makes this is tells me enough about their behavior. How is it they're not primitive creatures? Primitive creatures don't just simply not simply just not ignore someone, or it's as if someone wants to mess with my existence. They don't want me to have no job, no income. But anyway, 2013. So I remember the sheriff and the social worker came inside the hotel room, and they confronted me as if they know me, asking me, you know, who I am. And I remember the first words that came out of my mouth too was, "Did my mom died?" They said no. She's in the hospital. She called us to help you, to assist you. But they made me look like there's something wrong with me. And they were asking a lot of questions. Who's my father? Who's my sister's father? Because she's Hispanic and I'm African American. They judge already. They're asking me what am I doing with the microwave. They just treated me weird. They're looking into our fridge. It's crazy. And that's the same behavior that my family had exhibited back in February 1st of 2022. My cousin Junie and Joan, they came opening our fridge and freezer, and it's not just this behavior still exists. This is not a random behavior. It was someone else who behaved this way. Miss Turner, our case manager, back in spring 2019. I remember one day I was sick and I couldn't go outside. My mom told me to stay inside. I looked sick, and Miss Turner and the child specialist in the shelter, they came to do their room inspection, and Miss Turner opened our fridge, opened my mom my the fridge that me and my mom and sister shared with together. She opened it, opening our fridge and opening our freezer. So I said that to I gave context to my mom. I said that Miss Turner opened our fridge and freezer. She said she's not supposed to be doing that. I don't know what's her problem. She's not supposed to be opening her fridge and freezer. That's none of her business. She's only there to inspect the room that we're living in. Making sure that we're not damaging it or everything is in good condition. She's not supposed to be in a fridge. It's not. And this is the type of behavior that they all exhibit in front of me, and it's only done to me, because if my mom was there, she would never tolerate that type of behavior. But she's only doing it to me because this is the behavior that is exposed. I'm exposed to these type of behaviors. People opening my fridge and freezer, making me look like I don't know any better, and as well as confronting me about my age. That's how I started understanding it. So if anyone's saying, "Hey, you're gonna go on the internet," you go on the internet and you're deducing these, ideas from the internet, it's my experience. I was exposed to these type of people, exposed to these people and their behavior and their unhealthy behavior and their unhealthy mind. That's how I'm able to get an idea. So when I go online and I talk about I know, talk about my experiences and I apply my ideas, this is where I get it from. But going to school and reading some textbooks, it's actually perfecting me. It's like a bonus. It's helping me be a better communicator to people on the internet and also in real life. It enhances my communication. But I don't really need college to actually, but I don't need college to actually, be able to be self-aware of how people behave, or because the concepts from the school is garbage. It doesn't exist. But anyway, this is what I wanted to say. Thank you for listening. I'm trying, as hard as I can to talk with my inflamed esophagus. My whole mouth and my throat burns. So thank you.